What's up, people? It's your girl Adeola. Happy Independence Day to all my Nigerian people. Yeah, so Niger at 55. And this time around, a lot of people feel like we have something to celebrate. I've gotten reports that electricity has gotten better, which is helping a lot of people's market. It's also helping my own market. Sure, you understand? People are not able to watch me from far and near. You know, I do well. And I've heard that corruption is being fought left and right. Thank God for that. But my dear, how much did we spend on Independence Day this year? Get my calculator. So like we do every year, you know, by the time we calculate flowers, that would be like a 17 million. Decoration, that would be like another 30 million naira. And you know, the first lady speech has to be written by somebody. You know, I miss Mama Patience. You know, that would be another 20 billion. We need to invite celebrity musicians. No, be so celebrity singers. Still Savage. That would be another 50 billion. Am I forgetting anything? What is this? You mean to tell me that 70 million naira, that is it? That is all that Oga Buhari approved for the Independence Day celebration? That is God. That is God. So how did it happen that the other time I heard that Oga Jono budgeted 10 billion naira for the Independence Day celebration? 10 billion. So this thing can be done with 70 million naira. Somebody has been cheating us. That is God. Unfortunately, that evening, there were bomb explosions that killed a lot of people. I found out that they used teenage girls, and these girls will go and knock on people's doors, and they will be crying for help. And so these people will run to the door to open up the door to see what's going on, and then they will detonate the bomb. So my people in Maiduguri, my people in the northeast where the bomb explosions have been happening, if somebody knocks on your door and you don't know who it is, please don't open. And I hope that this administration will do something on time to stop this menace. For those who lost their loved ones, please accept our condolences. May their souls rest in peace. By the way, I heard that the Senate passed a vote of confidence on the Senate President. That is our very own Oga Saraki of Ilori. So, this senator came out and said he was not involved in passing the vote of confidence on the Senate President. I said, Che! So who is lying? Because the Senate President was the one that released the names of the senators that allegedly passed the vote of confidence. But this man said he was not part of it, despite the fact that his name was on it. Not only that, here in New York, I met Senator Binta Gaba, and then the very next morning, her name was on the list as one of the people that passed the vote of confidence, and she's still here in New York. Can you imagine? So it looks as if some of the names on that list were fabricated. Sure, you understand? I'm not saying that the Senate President lied. I'm just saying only God knows how they came about these 83, 84 names. You know, I told you guys the last time that anything can still happen before his next hearing. No, be so. And speaking of hearing, did you guys hear that the judge has withdrawn from the case? Yeah, so I said, what happened now? There is God. Oh. So I was really enjoying the Independence Day celebration until I got the news. Hey, whoa! Hey, can you imagine that our sweet Brent, you know, the one and only, the touch not my anointed, the one next after the Oga at the top. Did you guys hear that Madam Alison Madueke, Nigeria's petroleum minister, was arrested in London? Hey, whoa! Hey, whoa! Very, very sad. Very sad. She was arrested by the UK National Crimes Agency. I said a whole National Crimes Agency. What did she do? They said that she was arrested for bribery, for corruption, and money laundering. Hey, what? I thought that the woman was receiving treatment in the UK. What happened now? How did we get here? When did she have time for bribery, for money laundering? My dear, do you think the woman was in UK this whole time strategizing how not to get arrested? That is God. That is God. Oh, anyway, I was very, very sad. Very sad. Very heartbroken. Call it a war. Have people started expressing how heartbroken they are? All hail our Buhari, defender of the yams and the terror of the goats. You are supposed to be sad, my brother. This is the photo of the day. The goats that ate our yam. Whoa, Nigerians. You guys have becoming too bold. Too bold for my likings. Other corrupt Nigerians, when they heard that Diezani had been arrested. There is God, though. When you decide to try that prison uniform before being convicted. And then they put Oga Jono in the photo. Why now? Why must you? Ministers under GEJ on a queue trying to return stolen funds after they heard of Diezani Alison Madueke's arrest. Isn't there anybody that is sad in Nigeria about this incident? When you hear Diezani's case might be transferred to your station, now break it down. Oga Olokpa, now you dey dance so, eh? Stella Odua, after hearing of Diezani's arrest in London, you think she became a prayer warrior overnight, eh? Let the house mice go forth and announce to the bush mice that there is a new sheriff in town. His name is General Muhammadu Buhari, and stealing is now corruption. Ooh, tell them, my sister, tell them. Wait a minute, isn't that my Twitter handle? Oh boy! How many times do I have to warn you? Take it down. Don't at least block my name when you are using my If you don't have anybody that is sad here, you don't do. I'm not ready anymore. We're Nigerians. You don't even know how to hide it when you are happy. At least after the service. So, Madam was arrested. Even though she was bailed some hours after her arrest, she's now facing trial. So, yes, she will be tried in court. So, we don't know the date yet, but she's now facing trial. One big lesson that I learned from all of this is that if you are stealing today and you think you're getting away with it, you just never know. You never know when it will catch up with you. So, it's better not to steal at all. And if you've stolen, please, before they find you, before you are arrested, arrest yourself. Arrest yourself. Before somebody reports you, go and report yourself. Go and give back all the money that you've stolen, everything that you have, give it back. All the properties, go and give back the house keys, the car keys. And then if you don't have the rest, start making monthly payments of the money that you've stolen. It is our money. That is the money that will help Nigeria to be the country that is meant to be. We really need this money. Can you imagine that this woman allegedly stole at least $9.3 billion, and it was under her that 20 billion disappeared at the NNPC. As a matter of fact, at first they said it was $49 billion. These are dollars, billions of dollars disappeared under your nose. So my people, let's learn from what is happening to these people, because this woman was so close to the former president. She's even known as Touch Not My Anointed. No one ever thought that she could ever be arrested. So if you're getting away with corruption today, the day you will be exposed, it will be too late. So just go and expose yourself, report yourself, arrest yourself. If you guys don't know much, guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So, my Nigerian people abroad, have you all registered for your BVN and BNV? No, it's a BVN, bank verification number. So, that is to say, let the mouse in the house hear and tell the mouse in the farm. In case you've not heard, the Central Bank of Nigeria now requires all customers at home and abroad to register for their bank verification number. If you have a bank account in Nigeria, even if you don't live in Nigeria presently, this concerns you. You have to do it. This is supposed to ensure a unique identity for all bank customers and users of financial services in Nigeria. It's also supposed to prevent fraud and support innovative banking. Now, to do this, you must press your hand, you understand, as in biometrics, do your fingerprint, as a means of identification. A lot of people have expressed concern about this, saying that only security agencies should have access to your biometrics, that banks shouldn't be in custody of your fingerprints. And, let me know what you think about this, although I know that some banks are now starting to practice that here in the US as well, but I think that it's optional. Now people can log into their bank account online with their face or with their fingerprint. Anyway, so failure to register for this BVN in Nigeria means you would no longer have access to your account, including the money in it. You can't use the ATM. You can't even check your balance. The deadline was June 30th. I'm very sure that you guys saw pictures. It was crazy in Nigeria, and people wanted to get registered, especially that last week of June. I was pissed off when I saw some pictures of people. A lot of people would wake up at 4 a.m. and be in line for hours before the bank would even open, and then they would spend the whole day in the bank. Now, this is not to throw shades, but seriously, Nigerian banking system still has a long way to go. There is no reason for people to spend 1 hour in the bank. You don't have to spend 1 hour. I mean, it is not done anywhere else. 1 hour. Talk less of spending the whole day in the bank. There is God now. So there has to be a better way of doing this BVN thing, right? I was like, why didn't they just set up biometric centers in each city or town in Nigeria? That would have been better. And people should also be able to update their profiles on the internet without having to go to the bank and line up all day. Now, despite the rush, I was surprised to hear that only about 20 million people were successfully registered. I was like, what? So it was a relief when they extended the deadline to October 31st of this year. But even that October ending is not feasible. Like, seriously, because at least 32 million Nigerians are yet to register. 32 million. I've heard that we have only 52 million active bank accounts in Nigeria. So 32 million are yet to register. Now, the problem for those of us that are abroad is, I went on CBN's website and they said that we can do it for free if we go to any Nigerian bank that has branches in the country where we live. Khalido, do you know of any Nigerian bank here in the US, that has a branch here that you can walk into the bank and you don't? My people, if you know a Nigerian bank with branches in the US, please write it in the comments below so I can say you understand. Because the other option that CBN gave us is to go through a consultant company known as Online Integrated Solutions. This company is actually based in Dubai, but they happen to have branches in different parts of the world. And I like to thank a Keeping a Real viewer, Olabode Samuel, my brother, your Dafon. He sent me the link even before I went on CBN's website. First of all, this consultant company is not doing it for free. If you are in the UK and you want to do your BVN, you have to pay £30. If you are a Nigerian here in the US, you pay $45. If you live in Dubai, it's 180 dirham. And if you live in South Africa, it's 615 rands. In China, it's 300 renminbi. Now, I cannot blame this company for collecting money to do this. I mean, they are not a Nigerian bank. But I have some issues. I have a lot of problems with this arrangement. So, my dear, make sure that the governor of CBN is watching. Okay, he's watching. My guy, welcome. First of all, this consultant company that you want us to use only has 10 centers in the whole world. 3 in the US, 2 in UK, 1 in Dubai, 1 in South Africa, 3 in China. What happens to Nigerians that are not living in any of these countries? You want them to catch a flight to go to another country to press their hand, or you want them to fly back to Nigeria in order to press their hand? My brother, there is God now in everything that we are doing. Be considerate. In fact, why do we have to go through this particular consultant company? Is it possible that some Nigerian people have shares in this company? Because I don't understand. Charging me $45 to update my bank account information. Why now? That is hard-earned money. $45. Before you can make $45 in this America, do you know how much work I have to do to make $45 in this America? You don't understand. Those people are able to make a lot of money off of Nigerians here in the diaspora. How could you let that happen? I found out that we have at least 270,000 Nigerians here in the US. So let's assume that at least 50,000 Nigerians here in the US still have bank accounts operating in Nigeria, because many of us do. So if they are collecting $45 from each one of us, that is already $2 million. $2 million. First of all, when I called the office in DC, they picked up and they said the office in Texas will open on Monday, October 5th. So those are the only 2 places that you can do this in. And this person confirmed that it is $45 and he said it would take 1 hour. Both of them are still far from some of us. Some people will have to fly before they can get to Houston, Texas. That means they have to take off a whole day at least. It just doesn't make sense. Who is going to take care of our accommodation? Who is taking care of the flight ticket? Who is taking care of food while we're trying to do this? How do you operate like that? Only Texas and Washington, D.C.? Are you sure that we don't have a Nigerian that is a shareholder of this company? For some people, it would even take them more than a day to sort this thing out. You are kidding me. CBN should be able to arrange for us to do this at Nigerian embassies in different parts of the world. The last time I checked, there are more than 60 Nigerian embassies all over the world. More than 60. Compare that to the 10 centers that this company has. There are more than 60 Nigerian embassies all over the world. And you should be able to arrange for us to register at the nearest embassy free of charge. In fact, those embassies should also arrange for satellite centers in other parts of the country where they are. And the deadline is October 31st. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me after October 31st that I, Adeola, cannot withdraw my money. Hey, these people, they want to say craziness. So, the summary of all this is that if you are a Nigerian and you are here to do your BVN, please try to do it on time. In my own case, I think I will just continue to advocate that they change how this thing is done and that they will be reasonable with some of us that are not living in Washington, D.C. Don't do shakara like me. I don't really have any money in my account in Nigeria. So I don't have anything to lose. But if you can do it, try to do it. You guys know I don't know anything. Guess what? I'm just keeping it true. Moving on to Congo Brazzaville, not Congo Kinshasa, okay? Remember President Denis Sassou Nguesso? Yes, the man that doesn't wear a suit more than once, the one that spent like £1 million on suit, yes. Whose son spent 474,000 euros on shirts alone and changes them like Kleenex. The guy wears 3 or 4 brand new shirts, designer shirts, forgive me, a day, with cufflinks made out of real gold or real diamond. This is not your regular kwe cufflink, my brother. You can sit down. Guess what? A French court has ordered that the properties tied to Mr. President's family be seized. I was like, shut up. Like, say what? That is a miracle. In case you're wondering why I'm happy, it's because a lot of people don't suffer because of this family. You know, if one family would take the wealth of the whole country and sit on it, there is God. Now, the order to seize the family's properties is due to the belief that these properties were acquired through ill-gotten wealth. You didn't hear it from me, but the investigation by French authorities into the president's ill-gotten wealth began in 2008, and it also included an investigation of the president of Equatorial Guinea, that is Theodore Obiang, and the president of Gabon, Omar Bongo, that is the former president of Gabon. In fact, the present president of Gabon is also corrupt. What are we talking about? Now, in 2013, President Denis Sassou told French courts to not intervene in Congolese affairs. I said... I think I need some water. Now you don't want them to intervene, my brother. When you were getting the house, the Gucci bag and everything that you was getting, and all them suits, designer, cufflinks, now you don't want them to. Where did you get all those things? Not before France, you the shop. Hey, look at these people. These are African leaders behave. The guy said they don't want to leave. Did I mention he's been there for 32 years? 32 years in power, and that is not enough. I heard that he wants to run again next year. So you understand? Now the people of Congo have been protesting for years. In fact, as of last Sunday, thousands of Congolese people took to the streets to protest against President Nguesso possibly extending his rule in the country. Now you see this placard that this person is holding, it means, for those of you that don't speak French, right? It means that the Congo is not the property of Mr. President. I said, tell them. Now let me tell you in French. Le Congo n'est pas la propriété de Nguesso. That means the Congo is not the property of Nguesso, which is Mr. President. If only the man will live up to his name, by the way. Sassou, which is from Sassoufi. You guys know Sassoufi now, which means enough. Some of you need to learn your French. I'm telling you, Sassoufi means enough. Repeat after me, Sassoufi, enough. Is that how to say it? Which is part of where they got his name from, Sassou. So just live up to your name. It's enough. You don't do, step down, let somebody else take over. Now do well. You guys know I don't know anything. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So last week was the UN General Assembly here in New York, and I'm telling you, it was real. Of course, your girl was there, and I got to meet a lot of people, by the way, including Governor Amechi of Rivers State. I'm telling you, Governor Amechi got some jokes, y'all, but we managed to interview him by fire by force. Make sure you watch it. We also met the former governor of Ekiti State, that is Governor Fayemi. No matter how hard I tried, though, in fact, I tried to speak in Ekiti language, yet this man refused to grant an interview, although he said that he would grant one in the coming days. By the way, I found out that Governor Fayemi watches the show. I was like, what a surprise. Who would have thought? My dear Koledo, you are popular, you are famous, people are watching you from Ekiti. Now, we also met the special advisor to Mr. President on National Assembly, and he said that he has watched all episodes of the show. I was like, for real? He was like, peace out. I said, yeah, you've been watching the show, sir. And of course, thanks to my father in the Lord, that is a Malam Gabashew in Adeola, and of course, Bami, that is a Mr. Femi Adesina in Adeola. Thanks to them, Sahara TV got to interview Mr. President. Yes, Oga Buhari live and direct with Sahara TV. Oh my God, I'm not gonna cry. It's like, I'm so emotional right now. I cannot believe that I interviewed the president. Like, I need water. Now, of all the things that Mr. President said, I really like when he talked about not meddling in Saraki's case.
The case is in court. Do Nigerians expect me to tell the Chief Justice, to tell whichever court, that they shouldn't try the Senate President? How do they expect me to interfere? I can be successfully impeached if I do it.
How confident are you in the Senate President?
That will depend on the outcome of the court decision.
Okay, don't be me so calm, so you understand. And by the way, he has something to say to Nigerian media.
Well, I agonize over this with my advisor on media, that especially our own president, Nigerian president, why can't they do more of the investigative journalism?
We definitely need to step up our game in terms of doing more of investigative journalism. But to my people, I'm telling you, after going through all the protocol, before you even get to Mr. President, you already feel intimidated, especially when you look around and like 20 people are standing in front of you when you're trying to talk to Mr. President. They're all like 10 minutes. Have you finished? I was prepared for a half-hour interview. I sat down and suddenly I had 10 minutes. I said the devil is a liar. I was starting to rebuke the devil when they said, no, Adeola, Adeola, you are not casting out any devil. Today it is 10 minutes. There were so many important things that I didn't get to ask. Look at that. I had 2 pages of questions for Mr. President. They did not let me. Security was the major one that I didn't get to ask, and I've not been able to sleep. Anyway, the summary of all my ranting is that Mr. President, I do well. Very nice man. Don't forget what we talked about after the interview. You must invite me to Aso Rock for proper interview, so you understand. A quick shout out to the camera crew, Michael, Declan, Sammy, who refuses to show his face, but you know you're the man, Sammy. And of course, our very own Kolido, he was there live and direct. You want to come out? You can come out and just take your bow. Alright, we'll talk after the service. I hope you guys will get to watch the interview. It's online, and guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So before I leave today, I like to read some of your emails, and the first one is from Captain Alabi Inumidum, and he says, "Hi Adeola, continue to update me on your latest video. No one can do you anything. Keep on moving and mention names. We are on your side." Ooh, snap, my brother, Captain, the Captain. Thank you very much. I appreciate this. A new episode comes out every week on YouTube page. I may not be able to write you each time the episode comes out because a lot of people, but I should have a mailing list. Call it a work on that, so that I can email people whenever a new episode is out. Now, he said no one can do you anything. Thank you, my brother. Please continue to pray for your girl, because I know that what I'm doing is requires a lot of prayers, and I will always appreciate prayers. Thank you very much. The next email is from David Olagunju, and he says, "Hi Adeola, thanks for the job well done in interviewing our president. That was an A++ interview." Oh snap, thank you. You look so nice. And then he said, "Old man from Seattle, if you're watching Keeping It Real and you're still doing peace out, you are not old, sure you understand." Thank you so much for writing. I really appreciate it. And this email is from Joe from DC, and he says, "Hi Adeola, I would like you to give us updates about Paul Biya of Cameroon, who has been in power for decades. Is he planning to leave, or he just wants to die there?" Ooh, snap, my brother. How dare you talk to Paul Biya like that? My wife is from Cameroon, and she is curious. Okay. And then he said, "Peace out." Of course, my brother. It's been a long time. I have to. At least I need to talk about the first lady's hair. So you understand? I'm trying to be like her. That's why I have my hair like this. But that family, they've been in power for more than 30 years. It is time for them to get out. So you understand? So thanks for reminding me. I need to go back to talking about Cameroon as well. Now, the last email is from Olayemi, and he says, "Hi Adeola, please read this on your show. Buhari. How many times I call you? So person no fit put drink or water for fridge again, abi? Buhari, small time you don't turn to ice block. You don't turn us to America finish. For goodness sake, Buhari, we never master this kind constant electricity. Abi na keko power supply. What be this now? I don't miss buying black market fuel. Che for my generator. Don't say. Now people don't they talk say you be baba go slow. Che Buhari. If you go fast, na snow go dey fall for Nigeria. I beg, make you they do small jare. We are celebrating 3 months of constant power in my area. God bless Nigeria. All I mean, you not do well. That is a poem for Oga Buhari. I've been seeing this photo circulating. People say they put their drinks in the fridge now, and suddenly the thing freezes. It's a new day in Nigeria. And if your electricity has not improved, I hope it will get to you very soon. Leave a comment below so that we'll know those that are being left out. All right, guys, that's all the time that I have for emails today. Please keep sending your emails to adeola.keepingitreal@gmail.com. Alright, y'all, it's been real, and I'm keeping it real right up in here. Until next week, I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace out.